Lisa visits the hospital and is assaulted by the doctor. But when she wakes up, Dr. Robbie tells her it was just a hallucination. Lots of people experience hallucinations under anesthesia. Before she leaves, Robbie suggests she go home, take a shower, and rest. Yet Lisa can't shake the feeling that what happened was no illusion. Back home, she tries hard to piece together what happened, but under the effects of the drugs, she can't connect the fragmented images in her mind. She picks up her clothes from the floor. The stains on them only confirm her suspicions. She can't even imagine what happened while she was unconscious, so she gathers what she thinks is evidence and heads to the biggest hospital in town for a checkup. The results match her worst fears. The doctor finds someone else's DNA on her. Lisa immediately calls the police, but after reading the report, the cops say there's not a single sign of struggle on her body, not even a scratch. They need more evidence to confirm an assault. Plus, Dr. Robbie's family runs a clinic in town. They're good people, always helping out with charity work. The police can't believe he'd do something like this. Then flashes of the assault flood Lisa's mind again. With her insistence, the sheriff agrees to file a case and start an investigation. Lisa returns home, exhausted in body and soul. She's the one who was violated, yet even the police don't believe her. She scrubs her body hard, but water can only wash away the surface stains. The images in her head linger like a nightmare she can't shake. Meanwhile, the police visit Dr. Robbie's clinic. After explaining why they're there, Robbie acts shocked. In all his years, he's never faced anything like this. To cooperate with the investigation, Robbie recounts what happened that night. He was treating an injured patient when Lisa burst in, yelling and screaming. She demanded he treat her first. To avoid disturbing others, Robbie took her to the operating room. She was so agitated, he had no choice but to give her a sedative. He never expected a complaint like this afterward. When the police ask for a DNA sample, he says he's busy with patients and asks them to come back later. The police then talk to the hospital nurse, who backs up Robbie's story. They also learn from Lisa's co-worker that she'd had a big fight with her boyfriend that night. Both got a little banged up in the argument. A scratch on her boyfriend's head seems to explain it all. It looks like Robbie's telling the truth. When the police return to the clinic, Robbie's ready with a vial of blood. He has the nurse label it with his name, then hands it over to the police.
I'm sorta supposed to be there when you give the sample.
You don't trust your own doctor?
Daughter. A sloppy sampling process comes to an end, and the results are predictable. After testing, Robbie's DNA doesn't match what was found on Lisa. The outcome surprises no one, so the police catch Lisa as she drops her daughter off at school. In front of teachers and parents, they loudly announce the test results. Lisa's reputation crumbles in an instant. She can't understand she's the victim, yet now she's the one accused of framing a good man. Desperate for new evidence, Lisa hires an expensive private investigator. The PI starts tailing Robbie 24/7. Robbie licks an envelope absent-mindedly, unaware his DNA is now on it. The PI grabs the sample and runs a comparison. After a forensic expert's careful analysis, it's a perfect match to the DNA found on Lisa. Soon, the trial day arrives. Lisa stands strong in court, but the defense attorney, facing the DNA evidence, argues it only proves they had a relationship. There's no bruising on Lisa's body, meaning she didn't resist enough, so it can't be ruled as rape. Then Robbie takes the stand, spinning lies. He claims Lisa came onto him, and it was all consensual. As for the mismatched DNA from before, he says it's because of his prestigious status. He has countless admirers, and to avoid being blackmailed by girls like Lisa, he used blood from a patient and labeled it as his own for the police. He didn't want girls like her to win.
As a doctor, I'm entrusted to care for other people. I had to care for myself.
Even the judge can't stomach Robbie's excuses, so the judge declares him guilty on the spot.
Guilty.
At that moment, Lisa finally breathes a sigh of relief. After over a year of fighting for justice, she's felt lost and hopeless. But through relentless effort, she's finally brought this monster in a white coat to justice. This film is based on a true story. It's called The Accusation. If you enjoyed this, check out the original film.